Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. COVID-19 has basically sent us into a recession or a recessive type economy, and it's only going to get worse. We cannot do anything about it to some extent. We have to basically watch and see how much worse things get, keeping a pulse on the market and I guess strategizing to the best of our ability, preparing for to the best of our ability, so we don't get burnt as bad, or as hopefully it's not as bad as some speculate. And that speculation, that assumption, that not knowing, that unknown variable is what scares most people. Even though the coronavirus, it's a 95% rate of recovery, it still has that scare, that fear in people's minds, running around like a chicken with their head cut off. So this video is going to talk about a recession, what it would look like from an extremist mode or more of a conservative mode, because regardless, recession is almost guaranteed. I mean, we have been in a severe recessive state for a very long time. A recession's been looming around the corner for many years now. We just needed something to really put the icing on the cake to spark it. And COVID-19 is exactly what the missing link was. Now, not saying that's a good thing, but that is the reality. That is what really exposed how broke we really are, or how unfinancially stable we are. Now, silver stackers, we prepare. We see that the government's $24 trillion in debt. We see the signs, we see the symptoms, and that's why we're preparing. That's why we are investing, because we see that the system is failing, the system is corrupted, the system is broken, and we want to, I guess, protect ourselves from that. Because if they cannot protect us, then who is? Now, the Fed's cutting interest rates down to 1% or 0.25% or whatever it was. That, in return, brought a lot of controversy and a lot of chaos, because yes, it's a cushion for us. It can benefit. We can benefit from it, especially from all the government, from all the companies that are getting impacted by this negatively. But then it really shows the dire need of help we are in, and that's what's scaring people, and it's driving investors crazy. The people that watch these markets on a day-to-day basis are going crazy. Now, this is why you really have to understand the bigger picture in times like this. The bigger picture is always going to show the reality. If you look at the day-to-day prices, you're going to go crazy. You're going to want to jump off a ledge because it's so volatile and the prices fluctuate so much you can't keep up with it. And for the people that marginal trade or trade in between these, I give you props, but I don't see it being worth it. Now, money isn't always worth it. Your time and energy is not always worth it. So stacking is ideal, but you have to put limits on it. You have to be patient. Like right now, it's a prime time to buy silver for extremely cheap. It's like a discount sale. It's like a huge discount. If you're going to the store and you see something on sale, that's a good thing, right? Well, right now, a lot of people are looking at it as a bad thing because they have that fear and that panic-like mind state, worrying that it's going to crash. Well, gold and silver have never crashed all the way to zero, and even if they do get relatively low in price, they will bounce back because they have intrinsic value. Now, gold looks to be the one that's really standing somewhat of a ground right now. Silver got slapped in the face. Palladium got slapped in the face, and that's from people liquidating, trying to accumulate as much cash as quick as possible, not trusting the banks, fearing that the banks are going to be closing. But you have to remember that gold and silver are ideal for these times and times like this. So I think when it comes full circle, gold and silver will still reap the rewards, reap the benefits because of it being such a safe haven asset used for trading and bartering in times of economic turmoil. So I'm curious what your strategy is. I'm going to share mine. So some things I want to look for in a strategy are you buying, selling, holding, or trading right now? Where do you think the markets are headed? And if things get worse, what does that look like for your stack? Are you going to start selling? What price are you going to sell at? Are you going to keep buying? What price won't you buy above, or what price won't you sell under? Having those safety nets is ideal because a lot of times the emotional involvement in the markets can really hurt things. So you really want to try to look at things realistically and not go off speculative assumptions, because that speculation is like putting a blindfold over your eyes and it's a guess. Things might not get as bad as people speculate. It's all an assumption. The unknown variable needs to be incorporated, but it doesn't always have to be assumed upon to be as bad as it always is. We catastrophize in our minds. That's how the human condition is. That's how the human brain works. We catastrophize, worst case scenario for everything. So my strategy would be something along the lines of buying silver right now, not too much, because there is opportunity for the price to go lower, especially if a recession does come. Now, what does a recession mean for silver and precious metals? It could be good, it could be bad, but in the end all, see all, we are running out of silver. We ran out of silver, basically. So things might be on the tighter end. It might take a lot longer to get your silver. Premiums could rocket, especially if people do start driving towards silver as the safe haven alternative. Prices could go a lot higher, a lot higher. So right now, I would be taking advantage of it, but being very careful. I'm not panic selling my silver because I see the bigger picture. I'm not panic selling. I'm not impulse buying. I'm holding right now, keeping a pulse on the markets, looking at things realistically. I'm not into stocks. I'm not trying to sell or trade or buy or anything with stock markets right now. Times are just too volatile and it's too risky. If you're speculating on what to do, the best thing to do is just hold off. Don't make any big decisions. Wait to see how things play out. You don't always need to be making a move at all times. A lot of people think that I need to be doing something. I need to be buying or selling or trading or something. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's better to just wait and just hold off and see what happens. Maybe not check the news every 5 minutes. That's going to be constantly planting that fear-based that mind reminder in your brain, and it really is unhealthy. So, rolling back to the recession, we are basically guaranteed to go into a recession right now. We're $24 trillion in debt. The system is failing. The system has always failed. We're trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing with more debt. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card, and that's not going to work. That's not ever going to work. Gold and silver are the only alternative, and I use the word alternative because there is no solution. There is no solution. We can't print more money because that's just like that's replacing debt with more debt because our dollar doesn't have anything that's backed by real value. Once our constitutional silver went out the window, once our money wasn't backed by gold and silver anymore, we were guaranteed to have hyperinflation tear us down. Hyperinflation is the number one I guess that's the reason. That's the number one reason why we're in these situations right now. Hyperinflation. Pumping useless dollars into a system, trying to impregnate the system in a way that's just not possible. So I am curious to hear your strategy right now. What are you doing right now? I know bullion dealers have buying limits, minimum of $300. Long time waiting for if you are placing an order, it might take several weeks to several months to get your silver. I know they've been putting, if you probably go outside, all the restaurants and the bars are closed down. They say a minimum, or if you're going somewhere with 50 people or above, to cancel it, and a lot of people are doing a lot less than that. So everywhere's empty. People are starting to become in that quarantine mind state to just sit at home and see if this thing blows over, or to see what extent it gets. But that's the scary part, is sitting at home all day. You have a lot of time on your hands, and that's where you can start making those impulsive decisions. So impulse buying and panic selling is even it's even more extreme, and you're even more vulnerable to fall towards that, towards those decisions when you are sitting at home all day. So anyways, wanted to share this video. I'm curious what you think. Where do you think this is going to go? Do you think a recession is looming around the corner? Do you think that COVID-19 is what sparked it? I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, because I do post daily videos. I posted 2 other videos a day, very good videos. I know you will enjoy them, so go check those out as well. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.